In this video, I'm going to be giving you 4 mindset tips that you can use to stay on track this year, and hopefully this is going to be the last video that you need to watch in order to stay on track. My name is Dan and I simplify losing fat and building muscle. Drop the video a like and let's get into it. Tip number 1, and probably the most important, is just start. Start somewhere, take action. Most people sit around waiting for the perfect time, and this is just an excuse that you are telling yourself, oh, I'm moving house, I've got a new job, it's not the right time, I'm busy, it's never going to be a right time for this. You've just got to take action, accept that it's not going to be perfect right away, and then correct as you go. And this goes with anything. This goes with starting a business, this goes with getting in shape, applying for a new job, getting yourself out there dating again. You've just got to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and get after it, because if you sit around waiting for something to happen, it's never going to happen without you taking the first step. And people confuse just getting started with having to wait for the motivation to hit them. Whereas when you start seeing the results of the action that you are taking, that's when the motivation will follow later down the line. So just get started is the most important thing, because being consistent over time, establishing these good habits in the first few weeks of the year is what is going to set you up for long-term success. The second point is expecting it to be difficult and persevering in the difficult moments. Realistically, no one bounces out of bed at the start of their fitness journey. If you are just getting started in the gym, you're not going to bounce out of bed when it's dark in the morning during winter and be buzzing for the gym every day. There's going to be times where you're going to have to drag yourself there, get a session done. You're not always going to feel motivated, and this perseverance and the ability to stay consistent through the ups and downs mentally, you're going to be feeling more positive some days, more negative one day, and the ability to sort of stay level-headed during that period is what is going to help you in the long term. So what a lot of people won't tell you is it is going to be difficult. You have to expect it to be challenging, and a lot of unfulfillment or unhappiness, frustration can come from the gap between expectation and reality. If you expect to be losing 20 pounds in your first month and you only lose 3 pounds, the gap is quite big between what you expected and reality. Whereas if you'd set a more realistic goal at the start, then you would actually feel like you are making progress and be more fulfilled. So setting realistic goals and then expecting it to be difficult and persevering is key to set yourself up for success this year. The third tip I've got for you is breaking down the bigger goal that you've got into smaller, more manageable chunks, and then going into the processes, reverse engineering. What do I need to be doing? What are the processes I need to be ticking off each day to get to these smaller, more manageable goals? So for example, if you are trying to lose 20 pounds and you know, okay, what are the smaller, more manageable chunks? Let's break that 20 pounds down into £1 per week to lose, and we'll do it over a longer period of time, over 20 weeks, say, or 6 months roughly. Now, what you can then do is reverse engineer, what do I need to be doing each week to get to that smaller, more manageable goal that doesn't seem overwhelming. So now that you've got your goal of losing £1 per week, what are the behaviours that I need to be doing each day, each week to get to that shorter term goal? Now that could be getting more active. If you're not active at the moment, maybe it's hitting 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. It's drinking more water, eating more protein, all of these good nutritional habits that you know you need to be doing. Ticking these off each day and then each week is going to get you towards your weight loss goal. So turning up to the gym 3 times a week, hitting that step count, drinking more water, eating more protein. Once you start ticking these off, and then you'll see the result each week. Maybe you lose your first pound, and because that goal that you set was realistic in the longer term and you've broken it down into smaller, more manageable chunks that don't feel overwhelming, your motivation is then going to go up from there, because you're ticking the boxes and you're getting the result. So breaking the bigger goal that seems overwhelming into more manageable chunks, and then getting into process mode, ticking off what needs to get done each day, each week, in order to get those shorter term goals ticked off, and then recognize the wins along the way as well. So once you get that first pound off, the second pound off, recognize the fact that that's a really good achievement, and then continue doing what you're doing and work to the next goal. The fourth point I've got for you, very important, is linking the short-term behaviors and the things that you need to do day to day that seem insignificant on their own. So for example, turning up to the gym when you don't want to, eating a high protein meal, cooking a meal at home. These need to be linked to a bigger purpose, a more important why for what you're doing. So let's take an example. So I can promise you from first-hand experience, once you get yourself in the best shape of your life, your confidence goes like that. How you hold yourself, present yourself, it changes. You are far more confident in your body language, you're more smiley, you're just a nicer person to be around. How is that going to benefit other areas of your life, getting yourself in an amazing shape? Well, if you want to take care of your friends, your family, your loved ones, it's very hard to do that if you're not in a good place yourself. So if you get yourself in a very good place, then you can benefit other people by being a positive influence on them. You know, I can approach my boss to ask for a promotion. I can apply for that job that I've been putting off because I'm going to be more confident in the way that I present myself in an interview. Now, you're going to have better energy levels at work. You're not going to feel sluggish, lethargic, and like a waste of space. You're going to feel productive at work. Maybe being more productive at work as a result of getting yourself in shape then frees up time for you to spend doing stuff that you like outside work, seeing your friends and family, socialising, maybe just watching TV in the evenings. If you get an hour back from work because you're more productive and your energy levels have gone like that, then you can already see how the knock-on effect in the long term of turning up to the gym today, tomorrow, etc. is now being linked to a bigger purpose. And so many people fall off and can't be consistent with the gym because they can't see the purpose or the value to what they're doing day to day. You know, today's gym session just seems insignificant. What's the point? There's no point me going today because it's going to take so long to get results. But it's not about that, you know, individual gym session transforming your body overnight. It's an accumulation of those small tasks over time. So once you start this linking process between the day-to-day things that you need to be doing to the bigger goal and you living a fulfilling life, and you actually being happy and then having a positive impact on the people in your world, then things become a lot easier to stick to, and you see the significance of turning up to the gym each day, for example. So to summarize, the 4 tips are: just start, take action. That's the only way that you're ever going to get started. You've just got to focus on what you can control each day and take action relentlessly. The second one is set realistic goals that aren't going to set you up for failure. Expect it to be difficult and persevere. So you're going to have to persevere through the tougher times, and it is going to take time to see results. The third one is breaking down that bigger goal that seems miles away into smaller, more manageable chunks so that you get overwhelmed. And the final point of that is then linking the short-term behaviors and the things that you need to tick off to get to that short-term goal to the bigger picture, the why are you doing all of this in the first place? How is this thing that you're doing today going to make you feel better in the long term? And that is how you're going to stick to it. So I hope you found those tips useful. If you did, subscribe to the channel if you're new, because it really helps the channel grow. I want to impact so many people out there in a positive way. Let's get everyone staying on track this year and get in great shape. If you would like to take your results to the next level and you're ready to get some support to take action this year, I have online coaching services available, again, which will be linked in the video description, so you can apply for coaching with me, jump on a free call, and I'll map out exactly how you're going to get to where you want to get to this year. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video. Speak soon, team.